Welcome back, everybody. Stephen here from Northwest Small Batch Brewing. It is time for another brew topic. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I have a channel here all about home brewing. I do a full home brew, like grain to glass video, about once a month. It varies depending on how quickly I can edit those. They take quite a while. And then on off weeks, I usually post a topic about home brewing. I do some live streams on some Sundays. I occasionally will do a whiskey review. Those are expensive, so I don't do those as often. But today's topic is about StarSan versus isopropyl alcohol. Now, you ever walk into a brewery, craft brewery, whatever, commercial brewery, and you look through the glass, you see all the tanks and the fermenters, and you see all these spray bottles hanging everywhere. So the question is, what's in those spray bottles? I always thought it was StarSan, and it could be. We don't know because they're both, it's a clear, liquid when it's not, shaken up. I'm sure that maybe if there's any actual craft, like pro brewers that end up watching this, let me know what you have in your brewery. But the question is, should you be using StarSan to sanitize or isopropyl alcohol, which I've never used, but apparently is a thing. So what do you use? When do you use it, right? It's, we're talking like 70% isopropyl alcohol, right? And is it safe to use the stuff off the shelf like the 70% rubbing alcohol you buy in the health and beauty aids section of your grocery store? Well, the short answer to this is, of course, use the sanitizer that makes the most sense. I know it's not the answer you're looking for. You want to use this or that answer, but the reality is, you can use them both. Or you could just use one, but you can use them both. Here's the deal. You want to use StarSan for certain things, and if you want, you could use isopropyl for other things, like rubbing alcohol. Or you could just use StarSan for everything, and that is just fine as well. So StarSan is good for the big stuff, right? It doesn't immediately evaporate like alcohol does, like rubbing alcohol. So it's good for anything you have to submerge, which I don't even do anymore, to be honest with you. I just spray stuff down with StarSan. I don't submerge stuff anymore. It relieves me from having to have a big bucket of StarSan that I'm constantly just keeping stuff in or whatever. But yeah, so like your fermenter, for example, you would want to do your fermenter and tubing, maybe your airlocks, anything like that. StarSan works great, right? Your transfer equipment, all that kind of stuff. As far as isopropyl goes, you want to use that for spot sanitizing. And it's usually, in my opinion, after the brew day. That's how I think of this. Before your, like during your brew day, use StarSan. After the brew day, you're probably going to use isopropyl. If you're using both, you can, like I said, just use StarSan for the whole thing. So like example, a lot of people like to sanitize their yeast packet and their scissors before they dump the yeast in. Honestly, I've never had an issue, but there are people who are very meticulous, and there's nothing wrong with that. Certainly doesn't hurt, right? So you could spray your yeast packet and scissors down with isopropyl. It's really useful with the fact that it evaporates, right? It's quickly evaporating. So sometimes you want to spray an area or a hard to reach spot, like maybe inside the spigot of your fermenter, or your maybe your mash tun, and you want that liquid to evaporate quickly. You don't want the StarSan suds and stuff to be hanging around for a long time. Isopropyl works really good for that. So it's not ideal, like for filling large brewing vessels, right? Because it's going to evaporate, and it's one of those things that you spray and it quickly sanitizes and then it dries, right? You do want to let it dry. But it's not good for, you can't like use it for submerging stuff in. So here's the order, right? The part that matters most. Here's the order, and I'll try to post some images here. But you're going to be cleaning first, right? Always have to clean first. Sanitizing, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this because it's kind of common sense, but I do see a lot of people harp on this. So I will also give you a quick harp, which is you have to clean something before you sanitize it. Sanitizing doesn't clean, it just sanitizes. So you still have to use like PBW. I use the OxyClean Free and Clear, especially on like plastic fermenters. You don't have to scrub them. If you just put in the OxyClean or the PBW with really hot water, let it sit for a couple days if you can, and rinse it out, it will literally just remove all the stuff that you want cleaned so that you don't have to scrub. Because plastic, you don't want to scrub or scratch, right? So this is a good way to clean stuff without, it's like a no-touch clean. Of course, then you have to rinse. You can't leave residue like that on there, so you have to rinse it really well to get all of the, sort of like a soap, residue off of everything. So it's not, because that's also a head killer, right, for your beer. Then sanitize, right? Then you're going to sanitize. And you can do, like I said, StarSan or whatever your favorite, no rinse sanitizer is. And then, of course, if you want, you can use isopropyl for, little things that are, quick sanitizing. Yeah. And then, of course, once you sanitize something, you want to keep it clean and sanitized. So keep it covered, keep it, away from other things that will, infect it. Yeah. So I think we all know how to use StarSan, but I will quickly give you the overview, which is that you mix, it comes concentrated in bottles, right? It's concentrated, so you don't use it directly from the bottle it comes from because it's too concentrated. At that concentration, it will actually not immediately, but it will eat through like plastic and stuff and your O-rings. So you don't want to use it at like a full, concentration. So you have to dilute it, right? So 1 ounce of StarSan to every 5 gallons of water. Now, I will tell you that I've made it easy for myself, and I know other brewers, that at least home brewers, that do this, especially if you are making a small batch of beer. You can reduce that down 6 milliliters. You can buy these little syringes off of Amazon. They're not like needle syringes. They're just open syringes in different sizes. And so I have a couple different sizes for different things. Like I have one for putting gelatin through the keg post if I want to put gelatin into a beer, which I don't do very often, but I do have that syringe. They're cheap, they're not expensive. So 6 milliliters for every gallon of water. So 6 milliliters of StarSan for every gallon of water. And then you can just mix up, like I do usually 2 gallons at a time, and run it through my kegerator and the lines and everything else. And then it gets put into spray bottles and, it's good for a month. I don't keep it more than a month. You can. I'm not going to go to the details for that, but they do say use use distilled water if you want the StarSan like solution to last longer and be effective for a longer period of time. You leave this on your, whatever you're spraying it on or putting on for a couple minutes, maybe not even a couple minutes, but just to be safe, let's just say 2 minutes. And then you drain it. You don't rinse it. You just drain it and let it air dry if you want. And that's it. That's how you use it. It's super simple. So isopropyl. Let's get into that because that's really more about what this really video should be about. It's useful. It is useful, but it is also very limited. So you can use the 70% store-bought rubbing alcohol from the store. It's fine. And the reason it's fine is because it will evaporate, right? So there is water, right? 70% alcohol, whatever, 30% water, whatever. And the water ends up, it's going to evaporate. It's going to evaporate. And so it's kind of nice. That's the main reason, in my opinion, to use it, is that it's very quick to sanitize and it evaporates and dries. So you don't end up with a wet whatever and have like StarSan hanging everywhere. So I will say, and I don't know if anybody would actually have this or have their hands on it, but if for some reason you have methanol hanging around, don't use that. It's not the same thing. Use isopropyl alcohol, not methanol. Methanol, no good, no bueno. You don't want to use that. But like I said, there's limits, right? The benefit, one of the benefits is that it does evaporate quickly. One of the negatives is it evaporates quickly, right? So the surface has to stay wet long enough for the isopropyl to sanitize and work. So it's a benefit and a negative, I guess, that it evaporates quickly. It's highly flammable, right? So it's alcohol. So you want to make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area. Obviously, you're not keeping a big open vat of it. Keep it away from any flames. If you're doing brewing on a propane outside, just don't use it around anything flammable like that. Yeah, it could be, well, disastrous. All right. So I'm going to try to throw up a chart for you to see. Basically, it's a chart of the best sanitizer to use per the brewing task. And I kind of already went through this list, but this gives you a quick, here's the task, here's the best option, and why it's the best option. So like I said, fermenters, bottling buckets, transfer tubing, what else is on this list? The valve on the outside of, like, well, whatever, you brew kettle or you're a fermenter, all that can be StarSan, although those valves, you could be either way, right? You could use the isopropyl or the StarSan. Obviously, dirty equipment is neither. You want to use your cleaning solution to clean your equipment. And then, of course, the big thing is if it's a big open air thing you have to spray, like an entire inside of a fermenter, avoid isopropyl. It has vapor. It's a fire risk. It's going to evaporate too quickly. Just use StarSan for something big like that. Think small items for isopropyl if that's what you want to use. So the sort of progression for using that's a hard word to say. I didn't mess it up until now. Isopropyl. The sort of process is very similar. You still have to clean. That's the number one thing you have to do. You clean whatever the item is first. Then you can spray it with your isopropyl, just like you would with StarSan. Don't wipe it dry. Same thing with StarSan. You don't wipe it dry. So both of these, don't try to wipe it dry. Let it air dry. It will dry quickly because it has alcohol and it evaporates quickly. So just let it air dry. And then, again, control the risk. Like I said, keep it away from flames and try not to have it in, like, it can have fumes. So, don't have any flames even on the stove or anything because it's a potential problem. All right, so the full diagram of your brew day on using these two different kinds of cleaners is, you guessed it, number one, you got to clean. That's number one, clean. Number two, rinse, right? After you clean, you rinse to get rid of the cleaner, right? Then you use StarSan to sanitize and soak. Think soak, but you don't have to soak. You can spray, but anything that, is a larger item, use StarSan. Drain the StarSan, but don't rinse it. And then you spot sanitize as you want with isopropyl or StarSan. You can use, you don't have to use isopropyl. And then that's it, right? You transfer, you pitch your yeast, package, all that stuff. So here's the recommended items, right? So you're going to have PBW or a brewery cleaner like, Clean and Clear. God, I can't think of it. I don't have it in front of me. OxyClean, right? That's a brewery. I use it as a brewery cleaner. A lot of people do. Just because it's a little cheaper, I think, than PBW, and you can just get it at your grocery store. You don't have to order it or go to a homebrew store, which unfortunately is becoming smaller and smaller. There are not that many left. You're going to need a spray bottle, right, to be able to spray it on stuff, or bucket if you're dunking, and then, of course, you need also a spray bottle for your isopropyl. I recommend using a small spray bottle for your isopropyl. They tend to come in these clear bottles, which is fine, but usually you want to keep it like in a cupboard or something. And I just think it's better to use a small bottle and refill it, as needed. StarSan. So StarSan, you use it for anything that the beer touches. You use isopropyl for quick, clean, small points of contact. And if you're ever not sure whether you should use one or the other, just use StarSan. It works fine. It will get the sanitation done. And, you don't even need to worry about isopropyl at all. All right, well, that's my spiel on StarSan versus isopropyl alcohol, or, like rubbing alcohol. I don't think I'll change my practices, to be honest with you. I just have never, I've never had an issue, and I don't see the point of adding a second type of sanitizer when you've already got StarSan. If it's sitting around in a spray bottle already, the only benefit really is that the alcohol does evaporate more quickly. Otherwise, I don't think there's necessarily a huge benefit to use isopropyl. I think it's a convenience thing. Someone in the comments, if you work at a brewery, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's maybe just a convenience thing to have isopropyl because it's quick, it dries quickly around like the brewing stuff, the hardware. As opposed to StarSan that's gonna drip and it can leave residue, which it doesn't harm anything, but yeah, I just think it's a convenience thing for the breweries. I don't think there's any reason that you have to use one or the other. Anyway, that's my spiel. If you were ever wondering, like if you've ever heard of people using alcohol to sanitize, there it is. I'll be back in another week with another video or brew day or something recorded live. I don't know. But until then, I do hope that you will take up the hobby of homebrewing, because I would like to see more people getting into homebrewing, but I think we need to offer up the path of least resistance to start it and get into the hobby. All right, I'll be back next week. Thanks for stopping by, and cheers. Keep on brewing.